Alright, so this is the video about the birth announcements that I haven't had a chance to address. So now I'm going to address, I'm talking about my birth announcements, 1969. From when I was born. And I was born on March 9th, 1969. And a lot of folks wrote in and were like, hey, to my parents, good job, congratulations, I guess they would say even back then they said that. But I hadn't had a chance to respond to these cards. For you and your little son, best wishes. That's I don't know, I don't like that. A new baby, blah, 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 whatever. Here's one. What's a boy? Sounds like Paul Harvey got his little thing from Ogden Nash here. What is a boy? It's pretty easy to spot a boy. He's a mixture of mud and corduroy when splashy puddles are on the ground. He'd rather walk through them than around. Okay, here's one. Welcome, baby. Welcome, baby. Okay. From the folks at Black Rock Pharmacy. Okay, so the pharmacy sent a note for me. Thank you. Thank you, pharmacy. Usually nowadays it'd be like, hey, pick up your prescription and we're going to put it back. Cards that are like, the art is really cool from the late 60s. That's fucking awesome. And then it's got that inside, and it says, congratulations, so happy to hear baby and mom are fine. Ray, Mary, and Alan. So that's the Nasutis. Hey, thanks. That's before Jackie and before Paula. So they're like, oh, I bet he'll play guitar because he has long fingers, and he's fat. Like Leslie West. That's from my Grammy and Grampy. Love that. One of my very favorite uncles, Uncle Kevin, and he has a card here about my birth to have the happy parents. And Uncle Kevin says, good luck to a new mama. Looks like your basketball finally got here. Okay, so that's what I am? I'm a basketball Uncle Kevin? That's not fair. Good luck to you, Marty. Yeah, you're gonna need it. Best wishes to the happy parents of a bouncing baby chicken. Sparkly, sparkle. Cindy and Marty, congratulations and prayer that God will richly bless the child entrusted to your care with lifelong happiness. Well, that's from Leslie Barrett. Leslie, I have to say one thing. It's been quite a run, and not always great. Not always bad, but always. Have a good one. See you later. And it's interesting because on the back, at one point my father wanted to name me Clark. My last name is Clark. And he wanted to name me Clark. And he told me that, and I was like, yeah. And my mother said, no. Thanks, Mom. And anyway, so I was eventually named Christopher Edwin Clark, named after my great-grandfather somewhat and whatever. And then, so this must have been early on because I was born on a Sunday at 12:23 a.m., which means very early Sunday morning. This is from Monday. This was my grandparents saying, Dear Cindy, how are you feeling today? Hope you are very well and the baby coming along fine. Are you nursing the baby? Can't wait to see you and our first Clark namesake, Clark. So this is like a day after I was born. I was still being considered to be called Clark. Bet Marty is the world's proudest and happiest daddy. He should be. Love to all. Love, Mom. Okay, so, if you had named me Clark, I think I probably would have had some, I don't know, I could have turned out, I don't know. How would I have turned out? Let's see. What would that have been like? That's like textured, like glue or whatever. New math. And this is textured, that gold. 1 plus 1 is 3. New math. And it's kind of like the pop arty thing. And then I love that font, 70s font. Boop, 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 boop. Advertisements. Dun, 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 dun. Karen and Richie, I think that's the Vandals. Happy birthday to a fine big nephew. That's a little fucking weird. I'm sorry. You sent me this card. I never responded. I apologize because at the time I was a very young child. By the time I learned to read, I couldn't give a fuck about these cards. And then as I got older, I had other things that I had to worry about, like drugs and alcohol kind of took. All right. I'm sorry. This is embarrassing. You're going to think I'm a freaking hoarder. I'm a hoarder, but I got everything organized, okay? Sorta. Kinda. It's like a little messy, but not that bad. Especially compared to like the other people on TV. That's another one from Grammy and Grampy and all that. Congratulations on your baby boy. There's another one. These to reiterate for the third time. These are the cards that were sent to my parents when I was born. And unfortunately, I just didn't have the time to respond properly. Most people give thank you notes. Hey, thanks for the very kind note. Hope to get together soon over coffee. Love, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, and I just never had the time, because when I was a toddler, I was busy walking and doing all this, toddler shit. And then when I got older, I was like, I don't care. Hi, Cynthia. Gosh, you sure had a big baby. Are you fucking kidding me? I'm sorry. Are you fat shaming me? Are you fat shaming a baby? That's just, how far have we come in society where you are no longer able to fat shame a baby? Okay, we get it, Chris. I like that one. That one's cool. Baby. All right. There's one. This is just terrible. I've just been enduring some terrible fat shaming here. It was a big baby, but I grew out of it, literally. Okay, this one says, aren't babies wonderful? Or she's saying she's putting money in my piggy bank. I don't know, but I'm offended either way because I don't have the money and I'm still fat. I miss you very much. How is Rocky? Rocky was our dog. Love to all the Clarks. This one says, shut the fuck up. You're making too much of a big thing. Why didn't you throw these fucking cards out years ago? You're a fucking nutcase. Your mother. Oh, that's beautiful. That was so nice. Thanks, Mom.